Everybody, Justin Lester here, That Tech Faster, and I'm so glad you tuned into our podcast, Tech with That Tech Faster, again, where, as the way I explained it to somebody, I said, it's just literally me blurting out. I may make interviews eventually, but literally, I just want to help you use AI the best possible. And today is the 10-minute AI upgrade. So I want to take you to stop chatting and start doing. Stop chatting and start doing. Let's have some fun. So be sure you like and follow and subscribe for more, giving you the business for your business. Sorry for my hiatus for 2 weeks, been really kind of busy. Those of you who are joining us from the Jamal Bryant podcast, thank you guys so very much. And this is what we do. So I just want to give you 10 minutes to upgrade your use of AI. Don't time me because I probably will go over 10 minutes, but I hopefully want to give you an opportunity to understand what's going on with AI. So I want to talk through prompting. I want to talk through what's already in your pocket. I want to talk through some tools I think you should be using right now and ways that we can dive into AI for you right now. So this is the 10-minute AI upgrade for you to use AI at the best way you can to stop consuming and stop being the consumed and start creating. All right, like and follow for more Tech with That Tech Faster. Let's have some fun. All right, so you've watched YouTube tutorials, you've done all the lame stuff, right? You made the AI generated headshot, you made the cheesy ChatGPT flyer, you've made the terrible video that made absolutely no sense, and you just kept thinking to yourself, like, I need to figure this thing out, right? You've opened ChatGPT, you've said, write me an email, you've let a robot do some stuff, and everything sounds like it's not this, it's this. And let's see, what else we got? We got the contrast writing, the AI negation, the unlocking, the unleashing, and every email has a bullet, and you got 15 different lists. And you just know every person that's used ChatGPT to write an email for you. I want to tell you this. Here's a big principle I want to give you. AI is not magic. Go ahead. If you're in the comment section, I want you to write this. I want this to flood for like this to help the algorithm. AI is not magic. AI is not magic. I want to tell you, AI is math. It's pattern recognition. It's just math. Pattern recognition says that based upon this, where algorithms are, pattern recognizing your patterns, predictive analytics. The more data you give it, the more prediction it's going to give you. That's where this new movement called skills comes in, where skill sets are the opportunity for you to have better patterns to reference as it builds upon who you are. AI is simply predicting what's next. So for those of you who are using AI for prophecy, stop it. Stop it. It's a predictor based upon the data it has. So it's not predicting the future. It's just that now it can recognize patterns, which is why it's really good to use in weather. It's really good to use in meteorology. It can recognize patterns, look at all this different type of stuff, but it's not creative. It has no creative juice. It's only going to pick up on what you give it. So therefore, give it something better. Which means if you are giving it vague prompts, if you're giving it vague generic input without any skills, without any custom instructions, you're going to sound to look like everybody else. So the first thing I want to give you before we jump into anything else, custom instructions are number one still. You need to make sure that these know what you are. So that way, using projects in Claude, labs in Perplexity, projects in ChatGPT, I think Notebook LM now inside of Google, you can import that. So using projects are going to be great for you as a tool to be able to go into and use projects to help segment your thinking and segment your thought. And that way, using projects are going to assist you. Now, not just that, but then also using skills. So inside of Claude, your skills. Now, here's a trick I want you to use. Use HTML output instead of Markdown output. That way, it's going to help you actually give better data to Claude to talk to itself instead of just a Markdown file. That to me is the starting point. I think the starting point for this is not just doing generic engagement. So how do we get that? The first push challenge I want to give you is push versus pull prompting. Push versus pull prompting. And let me explain it. See, most people are doing what I call push prompting. And push prompting is you go to your AI with something already halfway built in your head, and you give it step-by-step directions, and then you stress when it doesn't give you exactly what you imagine. So let me tell you that. If you're still doing that, go do it yourself. Because what you're doing is you're asking AI to do 20% of the work because you already did 80% of the work. So if you're at that place, you go finish the 20% of the work. Because if you're pushing AI to try to think like you without giving it any sort of custom instructions, any sort of references about you, it's not going to do that for you. What you want to use AI for is for pull prompting. Pull prompting is when you tell AI where you're trying to go and you let it drive. This is where you're going to get used to agentic AI. You tell AI where you're trying to go and you let it do the work. So instead of saying things like, write me a 5 email sequence with 3 points in it, you say this: I need to create an email sequence to go get cold leads for my business. Before you write anything, ask me the questions my email needs to have, and based upon what you know about me, write the emails. Now, what this does is AI starts thinking like you. It knows how you think. It knows, okay, so you're running a certain type of business. You want to get cold leads. These are the type of emails I like to write. These are the ways I want to write my emails. These are now going to ask you questions like, what's your tone? What's your audience? When's the event? What's one thing you want them to have? What did you communicate in your last email? What's your timeline? When you pull instead of push, instead of pushing AI to be you, you are pulling out of AI to give it a pattern to think and become like you. When you do that, you answer questions and you build strategy, and AI begins to be a teammate. The big principle for me is AI is your teammate. It's not just a tool. And now you're not out of the process, but AI is now working for you instead of you pushing AI to work for you. So AI works for you instead of you pushing AI to work for you. See what I mean there? So therefore, you don't have to grind alone at this stuff. So that's the shift. I want you to move from managing AI to letting AI work for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't push it, pull it. That's the first movement. I want you to have pull prompting and not push prompting. All right, so you got your custom instructions, you're not pushing it, you're pulling it, and now you got master prompts. This is skills, this is custom instructions. So if AI outputs sound for you like they're written by somebody else you met at a conference that you just don't know their name yet, it's because you haven't introduced AI to you. So I want you to think about to you, whenever you open up a chat window or whenever you start something from scratch with zero context and zero background, it's kind of like if I were to run outside and scream and then expect people to understand my scream, right? If you don't know me, if no one around me understands me, hey, like that's what Justin sounds like, it's not gonna know to do something because of what Justin does. So that part is now your starting point, master prompts, others call it skills, whatever that is. This is the personal data you give AI. Now, don't give it your bank account, don't give it your address, all that type of stuff. But I want you to ask yourself a couple of things like context. So like, what is your role? Where do you work? What's your context? Like, what's your audience? What's your communication style? How do you engage? What are your top priorities? And then at the end of every conversation, when you get to the end of your conversations, I want you to tell it to summarize that and update your custom instructions, update your skills, update your memories. That way, it's constantly going to know your role, your audience, your communication style, and your preferences. Your role, your audience, your communication style, and your preferences. You don't need a 30-page document. You don't need a 50-page document. You need enough context where AI stops treating you like it doesn't know you. Because remember, if this is nothing but predictive analytics, if you don't give it anything to reference, it's going to predict based upon what's most popular, where most of its data is coming from. So I would suggest making sure you do that. If you're a leader, I would upload your vision strategy. If you're a pastor, I would upload some sermons and emails. If you're a business owner, I would upload your vision strategy, your emails, your communication styles. Place it someplace you can copy and paste fast. Put it in your custom instructions, your custom skills. Tell it to make skills for you in HTML format and take a look at them, because that way you're going to allow AI to work for you instead of working for you. Lastly, I want you also to use AI in your pocket. Like, one of the things that we're really consumed in is we're all about chat and Claude and all these different tools without realizing you've got AI in your pocket. Google, probably by the time we finish this video, has already released the new I.O. And at the new I.O. they said they're releasing Gemini Intelligence. Now, it's funny because Apple is running on Gemini Intelligence and now Google is releasing Gemini, but interesting. And so you've got a lot of AI already that you're not using. I want you to think about things like this. Google Maps has a feature called Ask Maps. You can now ask it something. You have the same thing in Amazon. Amazon Rufus, you can talk to Amazon and shop talking to Amazon. So you don't have to, you can actually have it walk through product reviews and give you summaries. You have, Google has it built into Google Chrome at this point. Perplexity Comet and ChatGPT Atlas have AI built into it. I would challenge you to think about the AI, Google search has it. Use the AI you're currently using if you're just new to this to understand how AI is working, see how it responds to you, and then you can see the differences between context that doesn't know you and context that does know you. So I'm not telling you to get more subscriptions and buy more stuff. I want you to use the stuff you already have. So what's my challenge to you? Here's my challenge for this week. I want you to realize that you're not lost in this. It's not over for you when it comes to AI, but I think using and customizing it. So I want you to pull instead of push. I want you to get a master prompt going for you that knows you, and I want you to use the stuff you currently have. And so your homework today, I don't want you to figure out anything. Build out your custom instructions. Go to your chat, ask what it knows about you, upload some stuff about you so it can build a custom instruction out for you. If you want custom instruction sheets, you just comment custom below and I'll send you or if you email me at drjustinlester@gmail.com, I'll be able to email you directly back. Go to my website, thattechpastor.com, and click my AI Hub. And on my AI Hub, I give you all these listing of custom instruction sheets, custom prompt sheets, policies, jobs, all that type of stuff is already in my website. Let the tools work for you. Now, I'm giving you guys this because over the course of the next few weeks, I'm going to talk about agentic AI. And agentic AI is going to be AI doing work for you. So if you are still consumed with you doing everything and AI not working for you, AI agents are going to throw you for a tizzy. So I want you to get used to AI doing some work for you. And the more work you let AI do for you, not only the easier your life is going to be, but AI is going to now be a teammate, not just a tool for you. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. I want you to accelerate your work in AI, and this is a small part of the puzzle. If you guys want to see the craziness in my head, this is the small part of the puzzle that's going to get to a much bigger picture. This is the starting point. Get your skills, get your prompting, get your stuff together, and as you start here, you'll be able to do something much better. All right, I'm the Tech Pastor signing off. This is Tech with Tech Pastor. Be sure to like and follow for more. Subscribe if you will, wherever you are, and we'll see you soon. All right,